And I don't know why it was taking me so long to get loaded up on the YouTube, but it's GZTV. We're back. I've kind of had some delays over the weekends. When I'll be making videos. It was my birthday weekend. I was kind of busy. I had people over. I was hanging out other places, and now we're here. Now we're kind of back to the regular. We're going to talk about The Walking Dead. I watched the mid-season finale yesterday. After this, I'm going to go ahead and go watch me some Dexter before the next playoff game. So yeah, plot, critical reception. You guys know exactly how these Walking Dead reviews go. So Daryl, Jesus, and Aaron follow a missing Eugene's tracks. Obviously from last episode, it's their mission to find Eugene. They observe a herd of walkers milling around in the middle of a field and talk about how unusual it is of the walker to be doing this and decide to walk around it. And Eugene kind of noticed at first these walkers are acting really weird, like they possibly evolved. And honestly, I'm hearing this and I'm like, this is just what this series needs, is evolving walkers. We need these things to be OP. They can't just keep getting away with what they're getting away with. And it's going to be really cool if this series takes a turn and these walkers become able to hear what people are saying, able to communicate with each other. It might be over for a lot of people. As they depart, an odd-looking walker watches them from the herd. It's just crazy. At Alexandria, Gabriel sits with Negan, trying to comfort him, but Negan continues to antagonize his efforts. He's like, nobody's going to hit my soft spot. That's just not going to happen. Hopefully that's just a pimple. After their conversation, the riders from the hilltop arrive with news that Rosita was injured and has been taken to the hilltop, and obviously this kind of alarms Gabriel because he has this fling, he has this little thing going on with Rosita, and yeah. When Gabriel next sees Negan, he chastises him, telling him that he is forced to stay to watch over Negan instead of seeing to Rosita, earning Negan's genuine sympathy. Gabriel brushes it off. He's like, alright, maybe you're just faking now, So Michonne, Sadiq, and DJ lead Magna's group to the hilltop, though they are met with clear hostility. But there's something going on between the two groups. And again, I'm not really sure what I missed, but they lapsed forward 6 years, so obviously a lot of conflict could have happened. Maybe not a full-out war, but just simple disagreements that have stacked up over time between these two communities. Tara explains that Eugene's still missing and that Aaron is out with Jesus searching for him. And Aaron showed up to the hilltop. They didn't say that specifically, but Michonne was like, what? Aaron's supposed to be with our community. We're not supposed to trade people, Michonne and Sadiq help to introduce Magna's group to the hilltop residents as well as Carol. And Carol's a caring person and she's willing to take these people in. Obviously, it's not up to her. She's from a different community. It's up to Jesus now. So... And one thing I forgot about this episode, we will get to that in a little bit. One little detail. Well, it's actually a pretty big detail. Michonne and Carol have a private conversation revealing that there is factiousness between Alexandria, the hilltop, and the kingdom, making it difficult to continue their past friendship or for Alexandria to participate in an upcoming fair. So, they finally revealed to the Walking Dead audience that, hey, there's conflict going on. This isn't really a smooth relationship. So we finally get to, hear that for the first time. Henry gets settled into the hilltop as apprentice to blacksmith Earl as Carol returns to the kingdom, but discovers that Enid, his crush, is in a relationship with Alden, and this kind of sends him down into a spiral. It sends him down a really dark path throughout his first night there, and we're going to talk about that here shortly. Which is really weird. Enid with Alden. I didn't expect that. There is a bit of an age gap, I would assume. Meanwhile, Rosita wakes and immediately warns Michonne and Tara of the threat she and Eugene discovered, and that Daryl's group is not safe. These people can talk. They're starting to learn things. She heard it just as Eugene heard. They're not crazy. They both kind of had a moment there where they were like, did you hear that? And she's like, yeah. They genuinely couldn't believe it happened. Depressed, Henry meets with a group of teenagers who invite him to join them that evening for some debauchery at a secret shelter outside the gates, which obviously they're not supposed to go out of the gates for safety reasons, but they decide to rebel. After drinking moonshine whiskey heavily, they show him a walker that they have been using as a plaything, but Henry quickly kills it and the rest of the group abandons him. He wanted to kind of put it out of his misery. Maybe that's what he was taught, When he returns on his own, Tara and Earl put him in a cell for drunken disobedience. He's like criminally charged pretty much in their community. Though Earl considers sending Henry back to the kingdom, he becomes sympathetic to Henry due to his own drunken mistakes and promises to speak to Jesus on his behalf and to kind of vouch for him. Because, we know Earl is like a raging alcoholic. We've learned about that in the series before. And so, he's kind of bringing that back to light here. And he's obviously a kid. You can't just make one mistake and just be done for your life. Like, that's not how life works. Meanwhile, at the jail, Negan discovers that the door to his cell was left unlocked and exits it, and that storyline never was really closed throughout this episode, so it's going to be kind of crazy to see what happens with that. But Daryl's group lures the herd away and goes to the barn that was near Rosita's location, where they find Eugene hidden under its floor. Rosita ran away, and she told him to just stow away there. I don't know if you guys remember that. That happened like 2 episodes ago. Eugene explains to them that Rosita stashed him there due to his knee injury and warns them that the herd outside is unusual, having heard them speaking before and what they have come through twice before looking for him. And obviously Rosita spread the same message to the rest of the group, so now everyone pretty much knows this particular herd of walkers probably came from somewhere else, probably migrated across the country, and now they're acting like really weird. He suggests the possibility that the walkers may have evolved into more intelligent foes, which, again, that's like a crazy concept that no one ever expected the show to do. The group quickly find that the herd is approaching the barn and evacuate. Daryl offers to lead the herd away while the others take Eugene back to the